Yo, what's up, guys? Happy Friday. What was that Friday song? Does anybody remember that Friday song? I remember there being a Friday song, but I don't remember how it goes. If anybody could let me know. Yep, if anybody could let me know how that thing goes, the Friday song. I think it was like It's Friday, Friday. I don't even dare to play that song on YouTube. Yeah, so we're here. Let me get you guys warmed up with my favorite intro. My favorite intro ever. Here we go. Hey, there we go. Hey, 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 hey. I was not supposed to go live today, guys. Today, I was not supposed to go live. Oh, I got it pulled up. I pulled it up on my phone, too. So you guys can see. You guys see. Where am I? Oh, you guys can't see that. I'll make it bigger in a second. Yo, that song, I need a new intro song, but right now that's pretty good. That's pretty good for me. So I was supposed to go live on Twitch, but I'm behind schedule, guys. I'm behind schedule. I just got home, 6:22 East Coast time. I'm behind schedule. But I decided to put this on YouTube because we got a little bit better engagement. You might be hearing some sounds. I just turned the washing machine on, put my gi in there. Guys, make sure you're washing your gis. Everybody out there, wash your gis. So let's just start off with all the controversy. So Hyperfly, you guys know Hyperfly, right? The gi company. So they just put out a new gi, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it. I don't like it. And the design is something else, but I don't like what it represents. I don't think it's a move in the right direction. I think it's hindering the sport. I feel like one of those old guys, always upset. I just we'll get more into it, but I don't think I'm just surprised there was nobody that was like, hey, listen, this isn't a good idea. Why are we doing this? Especially because they had a little collab between A-Rod and Adele Fornerino. We did a video on them. They did like a little seminar. Not a little. They did a seminar at Hyperfly headquarters, and I really thought that was a step in the right direction because these two girls have fought each other before, and to get them to collab together to do like a joint seminar, I thought, man, that's really cool, really interesting. But I don't think having this logo, which represents the Playboy, I guess you guys can see it on the bottom here. I don't think that's a step in the right direction because it's I'm all for empowering women out there. Don't come attacking me. But I think they could have gone about this a different way. They could have gone about it in a way that didn't need to use the Playboy brand or logo. I don't think it's a step in the right direction, and I wish somebody had caught this in the development stage. I wish somebody had been like, hey, bro, whoever's in charge over at Hyperfly, they should have been like, hey, bro, this is not a good idea. This could backfire. This doesn't send the right message. And what message does it send? Playboy is a. If you guys know what Playboy is it something you want your daughter, your wives, your nieces to wear on their gi? And that can happen in my household. Yeah, it would not happen in my household. And it's just, it doesn't represent. I don't know what it represents. It shouldn't be in the sport though. Why is it on the gi? Could they not done that? Could they have done something else that empowered women and would push the sport in the right direction? I would hope so, but they didn't. So it says Playboy plus Hyperfly, Volume 1, worldwide, 04/18/25. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's terrible branding, terrible marketing. If anything, it's rage bait because I'm doing a video on it and I didn't want to do a video. And it's clearly getting some support from some people, mostly the Brazilian crew. But here in America, Playboy, for me, is not a brand that I want associated with the female athletes. What other sport has female athletes sponsored by Playboy? They're wearing Playboy. Now, if they want to do that on their own as an individual, okay, more power to those ladies. But, they're branding this towards women, towards female athletes, our female students. I don't think it's a move in the right direction. So, hey, I said something, if Hyperfly is upset at me, it's okay. I'm not sponsored by Hyperfly. But you know who I am sponsored by? Inverted Gear. And I really love Inverted Gear. Obviously, I know Nelson and Hillary, the owners. But I feel like Inverted Gear would never do something like this. The worst thing Inverted Gear ever did was the uncouth rash guard. That was, that uncouth rash guard, Nelson. But behind Inverted Gear, there's a very strong, powerful woman in Hillary, Inverted Gear Hillary. We're going to look at her Instagram. I'm not trying to drag you into the drama, Hillary, but I think you're a great role model. And they're always doing things. First off, Hillary is a accomplished athlete. She competes a ton. She runs an academy in Allentown, PA. She has 2 beautiful boys, and she's got Nelson, so 3 kids. She's traveling and then also running Inverted Gear. So I think that's more of a role model that I would want my female students, female friends to kind of. I'm not saying A-Rod and Adele aren't great role models. They obviously are great role models, but I'm saying that Inverted Gear would never do a collab like that. They wouldn't stoop to that level of marketing. It's a wholesome brand that anybody can wear, and it's not so polarizing. And just from Inverted Gear, they're always doing things to support the ladies. Like recently they just did a ladies wrestling club. They just started that, and I think that stuff like that is really awesome. But they're not gonna have the ladies. Hopefully, they don't have the ladies wearing that Playboy bunny on them, right? Is that the right message you want to send to the ladies that are starting wrestling and starting jiu-jitsu? Yeah, outside looking in, what does that look like to? Because I'm in the sport, obviously, but what does that look like for people outside looking into the sport when you have people wearing all this Playboy stuff? Is that something they would want their daughters and nieces and wives to get into? Yeah, I just don't think it's a good move. And so if you guys don't want to support that Hyperfly stuff, instead go support Inverted Gear. We got the inverted panda, bro. Ain't nothing bad about that panda, bro. That panda, that cute little panda. Of course, if you want to support the channel, offer code ALEC, etc., etc. But yeah, I just wanted to shine a light on Hillary and Inverted Gear because they're doing stuff that is awesome. They do ladies open mats. You can get some donuts sometimes. Yeah. And just that's the image that's the branding I want to see. One that's pretty inclusive, one that's wholesome. Wholesome. We need more wholesomeness in jiu-jitsu, bro. We don't need this Playboy bunny bull crap. That's just a bad look, bro. And of course, people are gonna defend it. That they have a right to wear what they want to wear. But I'm looking at the bigger picture. This Playboy collab with Hyperfly. Like, who greenlit that? Who in their right mind thought that was a good idea? I don't know, man. I have no idea. So yeah, that's mostly why I wanted to do this, do this live stream on YouTube. I was supposed to do it on Twitch, but maybe I can do it tomorrow or something. Got so behind. But yeah, that was mostly my rant, my rant for the day. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to support it, I say don't support that. Don't wear that stuff. Instead, go rock some inverted gear. Inverted gear right there, Great role models. There's nothing here you can be ashamed of. You got to explain, and it's just wholesome. Wholesome. Got me over there showing some techniques, just wholesome people that love the sport, want to represent the sport well, want to grow the sport. Yeah, that's why I'm happy to be sponsored by them. Yeah, so I'll be going off, bro. We haven't even got to Reddit yet. Some more news. You got Rafael Lovato Jr. Shout out to him. He's going to be having a match with Giancarlo. And I think it's going to be on one. How is that going to work? Can they do one and ADCC? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. We'll read some more. It says a huge grappling match is set to headline one championships return to Denver, Colorado at 173. While the promotion hasn't officially confirmed the bout yet, the news broke through none other than Tom DeBlass, the most humble man in jiu-jitsu, who is one's vice president of submission grappling. I didn't know that. I wonder how much they get for that kind of job, huh? Does anybody know the numbers? On his official Instagram account, DeBlass didn't mention the name of the event directly. I mean, obviously they could put two and two together, but he did confirm both the date and location, which matched perfectly with 173. And he says one of the greatest American jiu-jitsu matches ever is going down. Yeah, I mean, Lovato's good. He did really well at ADCC. He's obviously older. He's a lot older than me. He's older, but he's tough. I see him wrestling, and he always did different martial arts growing up. He says it's a dream clash between two of the best American grapplers of their generations. One is the legend with accomplishments across gi, no-gi, and MMA, while the other is a reigning ADCC world champion and at the top of his game. I mean, why are you putting these two guys together? Why isn't Lovato fighting someone from his generation? Like, when Marcelo had a match against Eminari. I mean, even those guys weren't really in the same generation and definitely weren't the same level, I don't think. And they weren't even the same size. Eminari guys is like 135, 145. Marcelo, he definitely was a big boy. Lovato Jr. Let's see what. This will be the first time they fought, and let's see. They usually compete in different divisions. Lovato recently moved up to under 99 kilograms, while Bodoni has remained at 88 kilograms. So Lovato, he's got a big frame. Giancarlo too, but Lovato used to do 88. Lovato comes into this match with decades of experience and accolades that include IBJJF world titles, both in the gi and in no-gi. That's the title that Giancarlo does not have in black belt. He does not have the black belt world championship. I think he might have one at brown belt, or obviously he's placed at brown belt, I believe, but I don't think he won it. Maybe it was Ronaldo Jr. that got him. It's kind of weird because I remember like Ronaldo Jr., Giancarlo, and then my friend Ryan Aiken. They were all used to fight each other all the time. It says after transitioning into MMA and going undefeated. Actually, did you guys know that Lovato was a Bellator champion, I believe? He went undefeated as a professional. He returned to competitive grappling and earned a silver medal at ADCC 2024, which was last ADCC basically, in the under 99 kilogram division. I don't remember who he fought in the finals. Who was minus 99, guys? I don't remember now. Bodoni, meanwhile, has established himself as the top man at under 88 kilograms. He won his first ADCC title in 2022 and repeated the accomplishment in 2024, becoming the first man to win back-to-back championships in the division. So there's been other champions that won twice. I believe Marcelo Garcia won twice, or maybe 3 times. Do you guys know in the comments? Well, you have definitely JT Torres and I guess Bodoni. I'm sure some other double 2-time world champions. I can't name any off the top of my head outside of those guys, though. So that's cool. It'll be a cool match. Lovato, I think, is too old to be fighting Bodoni, but, it'll be a good match. Some more news. You got Owen Jones talks about how Craig Jones sponsored him. Yo, what kind of sponsorship was that? Huh? What kind of sponsorship was he getting? What kind of sponsorship did he get over there, man? So he could prepare for ADCC 2024, basically last ADCC. Jason Whitfield, Kynan. Oh yeah, Kynan. I forgot about him. Yeah, good old Kynan. I was actually watching an old video of Kynan when he had hair, and I was like, bro, what happened? What happened, bro? What happened to his hair, bro? Yeah, what happened to his hair? You gotta make sacrifices, guys. You want to be a world champion? You gotta make sacrifices. During a recent podcast interview, Owen Jones opened up about his pivotal behind-the-scenes support he received from Craig in his lead up to ADCC. He says, I was still living in the gym and in the back of the gym. So I guess he was in the UK during this time. I mean, in the UK, you got a lot of different resources in the UK. You don't need to live in a gym. I was like, I want to go train at B Team. I want to go train somewhere before ADCC, and it's like I can't afford to fly and rent an Airbnb. Okay, that's awesome, yeah. I mean, B Team, I'm sure they're used to getting a lot of people coming through. That's kind of what Joseph Chin did. And then, obviously, you see someone struggling, you see the up-and-coming dude struggling, give him a place to stay. Let him sleep on the floor. Jason, yeah, so I was going to stream on Twitch, but we're on YouTube right now. Maybe tomorrow I can go to Twitch. On Twitch, it's not the same as YouTube, so if you don't have a following already, it's kind of tough on Twitch. Owen described landing at the airport under stressful circumstances, unsure of how he'd even reach his lodging. Dang, bro, my man went with no money. I'm like panicking. My phone's on 2% battery. I'm like, I don't even know where the Airbnb is. I don't have a charger. My man was not prepared, bro. That's when Craig Jones appeared, waiting for him at the airport to ensure everything went smoothly. I mean, obviously, Owen Jones is from UK, going to America. He doesn't know how things work, so it's good that Craig went out there to pick him up. People are doing things for people all the time in this sport. I would hope that I would do that for someone, later in my future life. Yeah, try to pay back all those favors that you got, and just help out the next generation. Danaher is always talking about the Kohai senpai relationship, so that's kind of what it means. That's kind of what it means. You gotta help out the young people. Owen revealed during the same podcast that he's relocating to Atlanta, so that's my city, following Who's Number One match against Julian Espinoza. We'll see. I don't think it's the best move because he's still young. He should stay at B Team and prepare that way. He's still young. He doesn't really need to be tied down with an academy. I got no dog in this fight. I'm not even in the same place where he is. My gym's not in the same place near his gym. And, it's hard. Atlanta's not the easiest market to get into. You have Roberto Travin. You got Bruno Frazzato. You got ATT Atlanta. You got 10 Planet Atlanta. You got Alliance Jiu-Jitsu headquarters. You got Iron Horse Jiu-Jitsu. You got all these other gyms. And man, there's easier places to go to, man. There's easier places to go to. So maybe he can make it work. I definitely feel like the 10 Planet, I'm not sure how his gym is going to mesh with the 10 Planet, because you got a lot of people in the same weight class, I believe. I think from 10 Planet. And I think ATT's got a few people his weight class. So I'm not sure. Worst case, it doesn't work out. You can always move somewhere else, bro. You young. You can travel like nothing. Just don't get no girls pregnant down here. That's all I got to say. So he says after who's number one at the end of April, he was supposed to move down here like a year ago. He was supposed to move here last year. He gonna keep pushing that off, man. He don't want to come here. Because in Atlanta he's gonna need a car. Housing is pretty expensive. Food is expensive. Insurance is expensive. He better keep your insurance back home, bro. Everything's expensive here, bro. I don't think he's ready for what he signed up for. He says, then I'll go home for like a week, maybe 2 weeks. Oh, my man, my man young, bro. He ain't ready to settle down, bro. I can already tell. You don't need to settle down. He's so young. You don't need to settle down, bro. Just keep traveling, train a B team, go to Thailand, go wherever you want to go. Atlanta, a different place, man. He might get robbed the first day. They might rob his ass the first day. Yo, what neighborhood they got you in, bro? So he basically he all over the place. The thing is, man, it might work 3 or 4. The thing is, if he's there like part-time, man, there's some really good schools here, man. It's like there's a lot of competition here. I mentioned Alliance, Roberto Travin, Bruno Frazzato. Bro, it ain't easy. It ain't easy over here. And there's a lot of other smaller schools, smaller programs, I'm just saying it ain't easy, bro. It ain't easy. It is not easy. So you got to do your research before you come to these places, bro. On his approach to improving, Owen stressed the importance of mindset and training. I think not caring is a good thing in general. I think even in jiu-jitsu, this is an important thing to get better. If you don't care about getting better and like how to get better, but if you care about getting tapped or you care about winning rounds, this is also what stagnates growth. Yeah. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? I don't think he's ready for it. He ain't ready for Atlanta. That's what I can say. He ain't ready for Atlanta. I don't think we got anybody from Atlanta in the chat, but yeah, I don't think he's ready for Atlanta. But he's welcome, man. Come and try. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna talk too long, bro, because I haven't even eaten anything. 6 o'clock over here. Jason Whitfield says, dude, where is Owen getting the finances for his academy? ADCC did not make him rich. Nobody got rich at ADCC. I think you got a sugar daddy here or something. I can't remember the name of the school. Let's look that up. Well, we can do some research over here. That's my favorite part of my live stream. We be researching stuff. I think it's like a sister school to the school in Europe. The thing is, Europe is like kind of the hot spot. UK, you got Fionn Davies. You got all these really good guys and girls out there now. You got Nia, bro. And you kind of know he knows you're gonna know more about how things work at home. Your insurance, your travel is gonna be better. It's better if you can make it at home, man. I'm gonna be honest, cause yeah, I mean, yeah, I just feel like it's not worth it to move to Atlanta. It's so much competition. uh, yeah, so much competition here. So many schools. There's so many schools in Atlanta. Maybe we can pull that up too. So this is Owen. You can't even find where the school he's moving to is because he's been so long. He was supposed to move here like a year ago. Is this the gym? No, that ain't the gym. Where's the gym at? I don't even know who owns that gym. So it's crazy. Like, again, this is a small city, bro. And if people in the community don't know who you are, they don't know who owns the school. It's like, I don't want to say it's a red flag, but it's like, I grew up here, been here my whole life basically. So if we don't know, like, you're in the community, it's a tight knit community, bro. Everybody knows. We know who the coaches are, who the owners are. So if there's any little bit of friction in here, man, that's, man. Ugh. And sometimes that happens. You go into a situation that's happened to me a couple times. I've traveled and moved to schools, and you're just like, hey, I'm getting, yeah, Apex. I see it right there. You move to these areas, you don't know what the community is like. So you're just like, hey guys, you think you're cool, everybody. Oh no. Meanwhile, this place that hates your gym, this other place hates the owner of your gym. Your gym's like where all the assholes are. You like, oh no, what happened? So that's happened to me multiple times. And like, you don't know, because he's been traveling, right? He doesn't know the area. He doesn't know the people in the community. And I just told you, like, half the guys at Tim Planet probably going to be fighting him. So it's just like, I didn't know this was going to happen. So you got to, like, and he's been traveling so much, he hasn't been here. So like, you need to, like, do your research. You got to have some friends outside of the I can't talk. You need to have some friends outside of the jiu-jitsu academy, so you can, say things don't go well at the academy, you can, have people that care about you. If he's just moving to that gym and he doesn't know anybody, then, that's not a good support network. He's coming from UK to Atlanta. That's a big difference. Big difference. Atlanta's different than a lot of places. Atlanta is a special place, guys. Very, very special place. And if you ain't ready for it, it will take advantage of you. So here's the gym. I don't even know where the gym is. The gym is newer. Yeah, I have no clue who's funding this. There's so many people with money in jiu-jitsu that like, I'm like, bro, you wasted your money making this school. Just and it's a hobby for the rich people. It's not like they don't care about the business. That's something I realized after a while. They don't care about the business. They usually just want a place where they can be cool and, they can say, oh, I own a jiu-jitsu academy. And then, like, they don't care if it grows or anything. Usually, it's from my own experience. It's just a club for them. Basically, they buy a club where they can be cool and hang out with guys like Owen Jones. And let's see, it's at, I don't know where this is. 336 Atlanta. Okay, let's see. It's Chambly. Oh Jesus, why did they open their gym there? There is a gym over there. There's a gym right there, guys. Yeah, I think there's a gym right there. Let's see. Can we go? I can't click on anything. Yo, there's a gym right there, guys. I swear to God, there's a gym right over there. So yeah, you You don't know the area? Oh shoot, there's a gym right across the street. That's on Buford Highway, guys. You know there's a gym over there. I think Jeff live over there too. Yo, Jeff, you gonna train over there with those guys? And look. This gym been around since 31 weeks ago. What was 31 weeks ago, guys? Does anybody know? Let's ask Siri. Hey Siri.
Mm-hmm.
What was 31 weeks ago? Oh, it says September 2nd. Oh, September. So they opened this gym in September or something. I haven't heard anything about this gym. Maybe it's just me. They got everything about Owen Jones, but there's nothing about the gym. Okay, let's see. I can't show that B team stuff. Okay, here's the gym. This is from August. This is from August 2024.
He's looking to take a step towards the right here. As I'm doing this, going to be opening up his elbow here. This is going to be a feint. The minute I feel like he reacts, I'm going to be able to switch sides, dropping my knee and ducking my head under the armpit here. I make sure I'm posturing up nice and high. Now I can release the left hand, start reaching my hand all the way for the faster hip as I'm changing the angle to go behind. Now we can start connecting our hands, circling, looking for mat returns or hooks from there.
I'm wishing him well. Again, I'm telling you, there's a lot of good schools here, guys. Like, there's so many good schools, and I think it's right next to a school. They are really pushing Owen Jones. I mean, he's not there though. He's not there though. What are you gonna do? He's not there. He's traveling the world most of the year. I think. Again, there's a lot of good schools, guys, and I'll tell you, none of the schools really rely on having that one person here. Because, maybe a few blue belts might know Owen Jones, purple belts maybe, the higher belts know him. New people don't know who Owen Jones is. So, this school, I think by their marketing, I like the website though. I don't think you shouldn't have a young 20-something-year-old kid as your figurehead. Like I can see that going wrong. They're really pushing him. So they have an Apex Jiu-Jitsu Academy in London. And let's see. So they've expanded to Atlanta. I have no idea how they expanded here or why they expanded here. Owen Jones takes on the role of head coach, bringing the same level of excellence and commitment that shaped his path. At Apex Atlanta, we aim to build a strong, supportive community where everyone can reach their full potential. So they are pushing him really hard. Pause on that. Let's see. You got Owen Jones. I don't know who this guy is. Elliott Ward. Elliott Ward is an experienced competitor who played a key role in launching the first Apex. He got a sharp eye for detail. I don't know who this guy is. Do you guys know Elliott Ward? That's the thing, man. Like you come to these cities, people don't know who you are. They might know who Owen Jones is, but they know of him. We don't really know him, so I don't know, man. You gotta I don't know how UK works, but here in America, especially Atlanta, it's all about those relationships. And I don't really know anybody that's cool or been to this gym before. So, I mean, maybe they can do well. I'll tell you, bro, there's a lot of competition here, bro. There's a lot of competition here, bro. Where we are in Alpharetta, I think there's like 8 or 9 gyms. I mean, I hope they do well. I just want to see where their location is. Can we find their location? Yeah, we went straight to the website. Apex Atlanta Beach. I'm kind of going in, guys, because I actually live here. So I'm at like, what's going on over here? Where is this gym? Okay. All right, here's all the gyms over here in Atlanta. Let's see where they are. Let's zoom in a little bit. I'm looking for Apex. Where's Apex at? Should be over here. They're not even on Google, guys. Location. Yeah, they're not even on Google. 3365 West Hospital. Let's see if I can type that in. Can't type. I can't type. I got my finger taped up. Oh, Jesus. I really can't type today, guys. Hospital. Is that the right one? I think that's the right one. Alrighty, let's see where they are. I think that's where they are. Are they next to the hospital? Oh, they're near the Peachtree DeKalb Airport. We never say DeKalb Peachtree Airport. So there is a school right there. Not right there, but it's pretty close. Let's see. Can we search nearby? Okay. So there's two schools right there. There's a Krav Maga right here. 0.7 mile. 16 minutes from there. You know, obviously everybody's driving. You got a Team Panther Academy. 1.5 miles. Can we zoom out? You have Diego Saraiva. So that's by walking. Or is it not walking distance? 7 miles from there. 7 miles is nothing here in Atlanta, guys. So Diego Saraiva, yeah, I mean, he's been here for 25 plus years. 30 years almost. Dang. All right, you got them. What's over here? You got Team Octopus, 1.5 miles. So Team Octopus, formerly associated with Diego Saraiva. Huge gym network, which is terrible. Why would you put your gym right there? Yo, Apex, because the Octopus is good at marketing. Octopus has good marketing, guys. They're going to take all your students because they got kickboxing, they got Muay Thai, they got everything. Jiu-Jitsu. Dang. Bro, who put the school right there? Why would you put the school right there? Yo, bro, so that's the issue with these when you don't know the area. I would never tell you to nobody in their right mind would throw a school right there, guys. Why would you throw that school right there? Dang, they screwed up. So over here we can see Alliance Martial Arts Center, 6.3 miles. So this is the old Alliance. That is the old Alliance school, but it was right there, 6.3 miles. So when they put that school there, that Alliance was already there. And if you don't know Alliance, they were one of the best academies. They're still good. They're still good, but that was one of the best academies in the world at a certain point. They moved. You know what? They moved. Where did they move? Actually, no, that's the new place. Oh shoot, that's Roswell Road. That's the new place, guys. So they're 6. Oh, dang. That's the new school. Yeah, I believe that's the new school. Roswell Road right there. Yeah, so it's 6.3 miles from Alliance. Dang. And so Alliance has been in Atlanta for over 30 years. Man, I don't know what they were thinking. Who thought that was a good idea? Who thought putting a school right there was a good idea? Where else? There's a Mat Club. I don't even know that school. 7.4 miles. Guys, this is Atlanta, Georgia. 7 miles is not very far. And there's some more schools. Bro, you put yourself in the worst position. You got ATT Atlanta. Right there. 7.4 miles. So that's a really big no-gi school. Really big no-gi. You got your Ardillas. You got Sergio. You got a lot of good guys there. Man. And there's another school down here. Where's that school? I don't see it on here. It's not showing everything. You got Nucleus. You got Nucleus. How far is Nucleus? 7.6 miles. Ah, dang. They're close to Whole Foods. That's good. That's good. I think that's what they were thinking. Whole Foods, airport. Okay. Ah, man, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. There's an octopus down here too. I don't see it. American Top Team Sandy Springs. 8.3 miles. There's some more schools here. That's what I'm saying. If we zoom out, can we zoom out here? Can we search this area? Yeah, it didn't seem like, we can just throw the school here. You got a straight blast gym? I didn't even know the straight blast was. Actually, this is more Atlanta area. So where they are, they just put themselves in a tough area. More respect to them. If I had a school, I wouldn't open up there. But I know the area. I know the instructors. Yeah. I mean, the thing they got for them, they got Owen Jones, who is really good and predominantly no-gi, right? But there's some other no-gi programs. No-gi's not that big here either. Did anybody? No-gi's not that big. ATT does a lot of no-gi, and some of the MMA academies do no-gi. But I think most of the city is gi, is IBJJF and gi, and then the no-gi school really Alliance kind of hates no-gi, but it's usually like Tim Planet, Atlanta, and then we got like Atos. Atos not near that gym, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they're putting the school there because of the area. It's a pretty wealthy area. There's a Whole Foods nearby. There's an airport, like a small airport nearby. But again, all these people know each other. So you're kind of you're getting thrown into an element that you don't really know. You don't know the area. You don't know the team dynamics. You don't know if that's a residential area. You don't know. I don't know. I hope they did their research. Fingers crossed for them. But they're right next to some heavy hitting schools that have been there for years, developed champions. Alliance got Leo Nogueira there. He's done ADCC, multiple time world champion. Yeah, dang. And some of these schools got good facilities, like Alliance. Can we go to their website? Octopus got good facilities. This is a school right next to them. Yeah, they got a nice mat area. They got a big gym, a lot of students. Fitness area. Big workout area. Huge workout area. Cage. Kids classes. Boxing ring. Yeah, I mean, that's the gym right next to them. And if we look at Alliance, Team Saraiva, he's been there for years. Huge team. I don't know about Team Panther. Where's Alliance at? We'll look at Alliance. Where are you, Alliance? They just got a new school. So this is the old picture. Where's their new pictures at? Yeah, they just got a brand new school. That's their gym. Dang. I mean, you got some of the Alliance founders, Jacare, whatchamacallit, Leo over there, DJ, Ursula, Alessandri Paiva. You got a lot of guys. Lucas Lepre. Lucas Lepre right there. Jonathan. You got Matt Daniel. You got a lot of people in there. I mean, more power to him, bro. I feel like jiu-jitsu is getting saturated in certain areas because we have. I'm pretty passionate about this because I actually know these people. I know the areas. I know how hard the schools are fighting for students and to get new people in. So I'm happy that jiu-jitsu is growing, but I also see. I mean, I wouldn't put my school there. Not unless I knew that I knew the dynamics of the area. I knew how to market. Only if you know how to market really well and had a really good system as far as like teaching. Having like like the Gracies do, have like a really good, have everything dialed in. Everything's got to be dialed in that area. If they had chosen a different area, they could kind of, we can learn and grow. But they're in that prime zone. So you gotta go in right, guys. You gotta go in right. If they don't go in right, they're gonna lose money. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm pretty passionate about that stuff because I know these people, I know the areas, I know the schools, I know how hard it is to get the school running. And Atlanta is a very car-centric city, so people are driving. People. You got some people that live in that area. I actually used to live in that area, so I know what's going on. So, I hope they did their research. That's all I'm trying to say, guys. I hope they did their research. Me personally, but I'm different. I know the area. I'm decent at marketing. And, the only way I could get in that area if I was like, all right, screw my relationship, screw the people I know and the school over there and that school, screw you guys. I'm gonna blow it up. Man, they could have picked some better areas, man. Dang. Dang. Whew. Maybe they can. And Owen Jones, is he gonna be there full time? He's still young. He's traveling. He all over the place. He in Thailand. He in UK. And he doesn't seem to be really he's like, I'll be there in 3 months or 3 weeks or I don't know. He's kind of all over the place. And you got really established people that are there in that community. They've been in that community for 30, 20, 10, 20, 30 years. Some people can, we got a few people that can come in and do some things, but they're spending a lot of money. So I guess Apex got a lot of money. Dang. Let's see, bro. Let's move on. It says we're on Reddit now because Reddit Reddit be getting me pissed off too. It says you are a lot better than you realize you are. I am just completing my 4th month of BJJ. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, you shouldn't be talking about jiu-jitsu in 4 months after 4 months of training. Yo, come back in 6 months if you're still training. So 4 months in BJJ, I'm a white belt, as you can see. On an average night, we will have about 20 attendees for a class. Out of those 20 attendees, 15 can eat me alive. Yeah, that's right. 3 can still beat me with some struggle, and only 2 I can truly compete with. Now I have brought some mats for my home, and I have been drilling BJJ with some not so average Joe friends. These guys have been lifting for years and are significantly stronger than the average male. They have been in countless street fights, quotation marks. And I shit you not, hope YouTube doesn't hit me with that. I can toy with them when I roll. I can pull off inverted triangles from the back, from his back, sweep them from any angle, and keep this in mind. This is with 4 months of BJJ experience. So, dear friends, my point here is that if you are blue belt plus in BJJ, you are feeling bad about yourself, as I have seen in numerous posts from colored belts feeling sorry for themselves. Yeah, why they be feeling sorry for themselves? You can absolutely grapple outgrapple the average Joe. They stand no chance. Just because you feel weak against some competitors with wrestling backgrounds, it doesn't change the fact that you can beat 99% of all unarmed human beings on the ground. And it seems like this guy is training at a sport jiu-jitsu academy, right? If he was at the Gracie University Academy, he would not be beating the average Joe. Yo, average Joe would tear him apart if he. You think you're gonna beat average Joe with just self-defense moves? I mean, bro, you crazy. You are crazy. You think you can beat average Joe person, spazzy, crazy, super strong dude with 5 seconds of cardio with self-defense? It ain't gonna happen, bro. So that's why we push the sport aspect, because you're gonna train with different body types, different sizes, skill level, experience level. And that just gives you experience, man. But when you do that self-defense, you do that choreographed self-defense, it ain't gonna go well. You're not gonna be able to be creative on the spot. You won't be able to ad-lib or to improv, because that self-defense stuff is kind of, attacker comes at you like this or like that or like this. But when you go against the average Joe or average new white belt person, they're going to do stuff and you're going to think, why in the world did he do that? Why did she do that? You're going to be questioning humanity. Like, why did this person just flip and hit their head and I didn't do nothing? So let's see what they got to say. It says, I don't think anyone thinks they suck compared to people they have never trained or just suck. Compared to a trial guy, I am a god with 9 arms and a hydraulic press for legs. Compared to other purple belts, I am mid. You're starting to get a real sense of one of the coolest parts of jiu-jitsu, the way it rewires your instincts and makes you function on an entirely different level than most people. That feeling of being able to hang with strong, athletic people who don't train BJJ is a solid indicator of how much you've already absorbed. It's also a reminder that the room you train in is not a normal sample of the population. On the mats, you're comparing yourself to people with way more time, technique, and mat sense. Off the mats, you realize just how sharp your skills have become in a short time. Keep training, stay humble, and enjoy the process. Yeah, when you're rolling, guys, you're getting used to that stress. And when you're calm under stress, under fire, that's a superpower. Because, we all have that fight or flight mechanism in our brain. And most regular Joe people, they can't fight, and so they got to flight. They got to run away. But when you can handle that stress, someone coming at you full tilt, that gives you a lot of confidence. And you just, I don't want to say peace of mind, but you can trust yourself. Because these people were like, yeah, I could fight a gorilla. I could defend myself against this bodybuilder, or I could take on 2 people at once. And I'm not saying we can do that, but you can think rationally. You're like, all right, I probably shouldn't be starting fights because I can't. That guy's huge. I'm probably not going to beat that guy. I don't want to even attempt to fight this person. So let me be smart. And, say trouble does come your way, you're calm. You know what to do. You can, if you don't know what to do, again, that improv ability, that creativity on the fly is exactly the same as when you're rolling, when you're competing. So, yeah, that's my issue with the self-defense only schools. They're not going to be able to adapt. If all you do is self-defense, you won't be able to adapt. Because you can't. Some places can, I think I did the sheepdog training in Texas, and they do some training with the knives and the guns. But most of the actual training you're gonna get is from grappling. because you can't really train with knives, right? You can do little drills like, oh, I got you, I stabbed you, but you can't really spar with the knives, right? You can't spar with the guns. You can do like situationals where you got to get the gun away. You can do situationals, but usually in those situationals, the other guy gets the gun and boom, shoots you. So it's like, all right, well, I would have died. So that's pretty cool, yeah. Just make sure you're not beating up on your friends, guys. Don't beat up your friends. You want to be a good representative of jiu-jitsu, guys. Be a good representative. We got one more Reddit post. Actually, I think we got two more. We got one more, I think. Has BJJ hurt your personal life or relationships? Actually, I don't want to read this. If you guys want me to read that, let me know in the comments. I think I'm going to skip. So here's a better post. It says, is Mikey Musumeci ducking competition? Uh-oh. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but Mikey was on Reddit for a little while. And then I don't know what happened, but the guys on Reddit kind of ran him away. They ran him off the application. I don't know if they were bullying him or they were making fun of him, but he was posting a lot on Reddit for a while, and then I think he just had to stop doing it. So a lot of people on Reddit don't really like Mikey for some reason. If you guys know, let me know in the chat. But I don't know what happened exactly. It says, I love watching Mikey compete. I noticed that most of his recent matches seem to be against relatively unknown competition, excluding his match against Gabriel Souza. That was a crazy match, huh? That was a crazy match. It doesn't seem like he is not interested in competing at IBJJF again, and he seems to not want to be in ADCC, but I don't know why. I think it's money. He was getting those $50,000 checks from one championship. He would not get those $50,000 checks from IBJJF and or ADCC. ADCC has a prize. I think the first place prize is like $10,000. IBJJF is $8,000. So if Mikey were to win both, he would get $18,000. And those are tournaments. So at least, say between 5 and 8 matches, he would have to, go against the best people in the world to get $18,000. Or he can do one fight on one championship, or he's on UFC Fight Pass right now. He could do one fight there, get $50,000. So I think it is a monetary decision, which makes sense. I'd rather fight one time and get $50,000 versus 8 times and get $18,000. He said, I've heard people say he's too small for 66 kilograms, but know for a fact he cuts a lot of weight to make 125 pounds. How do you think he'd do against people like Diogo Hayes, Fabricio Andre, Josh Sarnos? Does anyone know if he has ever gone against any of these guys? I'd like to see him go against these guys. I'm sure Flo would pay for it. The last guy I know he fought, obviously Gabriel Souza is kind of in that mix. He fought Pato, so he's actually one of the only guys I've seen catch Pato, and he got him with the ankle lock too. So honestly, I think Mikey would still beat these guys. I don't know if he would tap these guys, but I think he would still beat these guys. And I'm a little biased. I like Mikey. Let's see. One person says, Mikey left gi competition after winning gi worlds 4 times. I don't know if at black belt. I think he won 3 times, bro. I could be wrong. He switched to no gi 3 years ago, and instead of going to fight for free or low pay, he signed to ONE and now the UFC. He's probably one of the top paid grapplers in the world. He's claimed that he's called out a number of the top competitors, but none of the matches got made. He got booked against Cade, and Cade pulled out. Well, Cade had a fight. I think he did MMA fight, and then something happened afterwards, maybe? I don't remember. Also when you do ONE, I feel like they set those guys up. So, Mikey would be there, probably just training normally. And then the guys will fly in for it's in Thailand, I think. They would fly in probably that week. They're jet lagged, and then they got to go fight Mikey. They got to cut weight and fight Mikey. So I think a lot of the guys were just kind of set up, bro. They fly you out there. You're jet lagged. You got to cut weight. I mean, you in a different country. You know, Thailand is different than America, guys. It's different than the West. So you get out there, you're like, what's going on? Oh, I got to fight Mikey tomorrow. Knowing full well you just flew in. You just flew into the country. So yeah, you know, that would be pretty wild. Did I unplug anything? Let's see. Yeah, the point of winning worlds is so you can retire from IBJJF and finally start making actual money from your profession. Fionn seems to be on the same path. Literally nothing left to prove, and the sacrifice of time for a pittance of prize money is not worth it. And he says Mikey is doing exactly what I would do in his position, taking easy fights for big paychecks. In 1FC, for example, they would routinely match him up with someone that he was highly favored to win, and then give him a $50,000 bonus for submitting someone that he had a 90% chance of submitting. Now he's in the UFC, probably doing the same thing. He's a success story. He said it's arguable. Him and Gordon are doing the same thing. They both made a name for themselves. So why risk losing in a stacked bracket when you can do a few matches a year and still be on top? He also might be under contract of some sort. And someone says Mikey signed an exclusive deal with UFC a few months ago after just getting out of an exclusive deal with one. That's one of the biggest reasons he hasn't competed in other competitions for a few years. So, yeah, I'm not sure what they're paying him, but I think everybody wants to see him fight. If there was a way for us to raise the money for Mikey, I think he would fight, you know. I mean, he definitely deserves to get those paychecks. Give me 1 second. I'm recording. It's arguable. Let's see. After just getting an exclusive deal, let's see. He seems to be taking a different route than what is normal in the sport these days. Going to these MMA organizations, one in UFC, and getting more usual combat sport fan attention. That was hard to see, hard to read. It's a smart move, in my opinion. There's guys winning a bunch of things in BJJ, but don't have a name for themselves. Then you have guys like Craig breaking more into the mainstream, and he's never got gold at ADCC as an example. But it doesn't matter. Mikey is making smart career moves that go beyond the competitive scene in BJJ. The Craig argument is quite weird, to be honest. The guy has multiple ADCC silver medals, and he's not a scrub. Someone says, my son doesn't follow competitive BJJ, and he knows who Mikey is. Whatever he's doing is working for him. What was he supposed to do? Win another tournament? How many wins would have been enough? He's made his mark on BJJ now. He can continue to grow his legacy by opening these doors for himself and for other grapplers. I'm sure he will compete against the top names again, but it's going to be on a way bigger stage for a lot more money next time. Alrighty. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? I think he talked about this on the Mighty Cast, the podcast that Demetrius Johnson has. It's on his YouTube channel. Someone says, dude is corny sometimes, but you're out of your mind if you think he's ducking anyone. Mikey is like that. Someone said he just broke up with Chattery, which is the guy that owns one, and is taking some time to heal himself. Jason says Mikey has tried multiple times to fight Diogo. He said Diogo turned him down because he didn't want to do the drug test. I mean, whatever these guys are on, they can get past that drug test. But you know what? Well, that's true. But I will say Diogo will actually he's doing Brasileiros. They don't test the Brasileiros. They ain't testing over there, so maybe that's why he's doing it. You good, bro? Just Mikey, go do Brasileiros. Oh, maybe he can't do those tournaments. Oh, Yeah, you know what, Diogo, he's gonna fight him when Mikey's older. When Mikey's old and burnt out, that's when Diogo gonna fight him. That would be a good match though. The only thing is, Mikey is a submission grappler, but Diogo's more of a point positional grappler. So I don't think Diogo could really do much against Mikey. Someone says, I would say he's definitely isn't fighting top level, and that's a fair statement. I'd love to see someone like Owen Jones or Dominic Oliveira go against him. I think they would have a good chance of beating Mikey potentially. Well, he's on UFC Fight Pass, so maybe they can take some of that $12 million and set something up. What do you guys think? Someone says Mikey has a girlfriend now. Didn't you see? Yeah, Mikey's got a girlfriend. I'm happy for him. I'm glad some girl could put up with him. I'm also fairly sure he recently had a pretty serious health scare. So I'm not surprised if he's just laying low for now. Whatever he learned about his body must have been a doozy because he was everywhere and is now extremely quiet. Yeah, so I mean, the answer is for ADCC and whoever to have more money, give more money so Mikey can do these fights. He's on UFC Fight Pass, so hopefully they can take some of that. Oh, my neck. He can take some of that money and they can take some of that money and make these fights that we want to see while Mikey's still in his prime, because he's getting older. He's got more health issues, too much pizza. My friend, one of the guys I know said that all that pizza is not the cause of, I think he had ulcers or something, stomach ulcers. But I beg to differ. I think that eating pizza every day for 25 years or whatever, 27 years is not good for your digestive system. Yeah, that might be it, guys. My neck's jacked up. I want to eat some dinner. But yeah, mostly I just wanted to talk about the Hyperfly. If you guys didn't see that, we talked about the Hyperfly, Playboy edition. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get up on Twitch tomorrow. I'll try for Twitch tomorrow. I have no more energy. And instead of giving your money to Hyperfly, I say give your money to Inverted Gear. I think Inverted Gear, they're not gonna embarrass us. Inverted Gear not gonna embarrass us like Hyperfly just did. Yeah, Hyperfly, what was Hyperfly thinking, man? But I think that's it, guys. Jason, thanks for jumping on the chat with me. Did not plan this live stream. I was supposed to do it on Twitch, but I wanted to share this story about the Hyperfly. Do or die. So I'm going to play us out, guys. If you want to support Inverted Gear, go to invertedgear.com. Offer code ALEC. We also got BJJ Mental Models. I'm still working on a video for them, so hopefully this month I'll get the video done. So that's it, guys. I'm going to play us out with my favorite song. And I'll see ya. Hey, thanks for coming, guys. Should be on Twitch tomorrow, God willing. Hey. Alexander, thank you, bro. Jason Whitfield, thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys.